What is up, New Beginnings Church? Happy Monday morning to you. So glad to hang out with you this morning and have some devotional time. Let's dive in. You know we're in that series. It's called Them Red Letters. Actually, I think it's just called the Red Letters. I like to say them red letters, though. It sounds more fun. And so anyway, but I hear such great comments and feedback from you guys on how good the devotionals are, how much you enjoy them, or even how back you're going to previous ones that you didn't have early on or whatever. It's really, really cool to be a part of your day and your morning. And so anyway, let's do this. Red letter words. We're in Matthew chapter 21. Really cool story. These are the red letters. It says, "Go to the village ahead of you, and at once you will find a donkey tied there, with her colt by her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, say that the Lord needs them, and he will send them right away." I love these words. I tend to think that God is God and he doesn't really need me. But in this moment, I just love this idea that Jesus is about to ride into Jerusalem on a donkey. And he goes, "Hey, look, I want you to know that God has prepared in advance things for you to do." That's what the Apostle Paul says, that God has good works prepared for you in advance, right? And I believe that. I also believe something else. I believe we need to be pre-prepared to be used by the Lord. And here's what I mean by that. When I think about this story, I think about I'm the donkey. That's me. It's kind of weird to think about. That's what I think about. I'm the donkey. I'm the one that wants to be used by God. And I think there's three things that I think about here when I think about not only has God prepared things for me in advance to do, but I need to be prepared. And here's what I want to prepare. Number one is this. I want to prepare a willing heart. I want a heart that just always says, "Yes, Lord, whatever you want." I'm going to say yes before you even finish asking the question. "Jesus, here's a blank check." Just yes. It's whatever. Yes, Jesus. I will do whatever. Because you got to remember this. This story comes on the heels of last week, two disciples arguing over who got to sit at the right hand and the left hand of Jesus. And then you get a donkey that's like, "Man, I'm just happy to be. Jesus, if you just ride me for 20 minutes, I'll be so happy." Whereas I'm not looking for title, looking for position, even if it's a lowly thing. Even if I got to be the donkey of the story, "Jesus, if you can use me." And so I just want that willing heart that says, "However you want to use me." Number two is this: if you want to be prepared for God to use you, is develop your gifts. You all have spiritual gifts. You have natural talents and abilities. Anything, your time, your talent, your resources, your personality, again, spiritual giftings. You got it, but develop it. You don't want to say, "Well, I'll wait until God calls me and then I'll develop my gift." No, develop your gifts now. Be the greatest, most Christ-like version of yourself right here, right now, so that when the time is perfect and the time is right, you will be prepared to be used by God. And then lastly, the thing I would tell you is this: just start somewhere and start now. I think, again, we sometimes sit back and are waiting for some really miraculous moment, for a light to shine or a voice to speak, for God to say, "I'm going to use you to do this." And it's really so much more simple than that. Start somewhere. Start now. Don't wait to be used by God. Start getting in on as many things as you can find, as many things as you can give yourself to, and you'll just see, "Oh my gosh, I see how God used this and this and this, and he pulled it all together, and that's how God used me to be a part of this bigger kingdom, really divine plan that he had for my life, and how he was going to use my life to impact and influence other people's lives." And so that's my big encouragement to you. Yes, God has great things prepared for you somehow, some way. But I want you and I to be prepared for the moment. Can I get an amen to that? Church, I love you so much. So be prepared today. You just don't know how God is going to use you today. You don't know, maybe that God's going to bring somebody along your path in front of you in a conversation, some way in which you can make a kingdom impact. So be prepared. Can I get an amen? Church, I love you. I will see you tomorrow.